Pierre Clochadler, who's at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound there, the holy sanctuary, the old city of Jerusalem here. Pierre, the place has been filled with so much tension over many years, but certainly in the recent weeks, it's been a flashpoint, really. Can you describe what's happening there today?
Well, there's a risk of, again, Jerusalem being the center of all the little flashpoints that are around the area, the Temple Mount or the noble sanctuary for the Muslims, because for the first time in 19 days, Jewish faithful are allowed to tour the Temple Mount or noble sanctuary. That's the first time in 19 days, because during the 10 last days of Ramadan, they're not allowed to step on the Temple Mount. And after that, because of the operation against Hamas in Gaza, the police decided not to inflame the already very inflammable situation and decided to close the Temple Mount to Jewish faithful. Now, for the first time, 125 Jewish faithful came to the Temple Mount this morning. At this hour, until 2:30 p.m. for an hour and a half, they will be allowed again to tour the shrine, to tour the holy site. But already this morning, there were women invecting the police forces that were escorting the Jewish faithful. Now, the Jewish faithful have no right to pray on the Temple Mount. They can only walk around for a short period of time when they're escorted by the police. So there were invectives thrown at the police forces, and two Muslim guardians of the noble sanctuary were apprehended by the police for a short time because the police said they disturbed their work.
Now, this has been one of the flashpoints here. In general, though, Pierre, the issues around Jerusalem that we're seen to have kicked off this recent flare-up in the conflict now. We're talking about the potential evictions in the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah, as well as the old city. We saw, as you mentioned, the end of Ramadan. Where do all these issues stand? Still open wounds, or is there any closure yet?
There is no closure, and there is a sense of release by the Palestinians, the youth especially. They're very audacious. They do obscene gestures to policemen. They invect them, they insult them, and the police is remaining very careful, very passive, very quiet. But there is a wall-to-wall condemnation already amongst Palestinians against those visits by Jewish faithful. The spokesperson of the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, has already condemned the visits. He said it's a provocation. He calls on the U.S. to intervene in order to consolidate the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, that these kinds of provocations risk provoking another escalation.
Pierre Clochadler, thanks for the update.